that brings me to something I want to cover, and I would love you to weigh in on. So we know that some people leave academia and come to biotech or pharma and describe it as coming to the dark side, which always makes me grit my teeth because of the there are a lot easier ways to make money than joining or starting a biotech company,
Yes,
as we know.
Yeah.
So I think the proportion of mission-driven people and people who are trying to cure a disease or develop a meaningful treatment, improve the life of some other human beings is incredibly high in this space. But I certainly think a lot of people would assume, oh, well, the standard of science must be higher in academia because you're not subject to the demands of filthy lucre, So will you weigh in on that a little?
Yeah. So like I said, I think that the demands on the science are much, much higher. You just got to find things that are true. And the point about going to the dark side, right? Obviously salaries are generally higher in industry writ large than academia. But when you think about what's involved, exactly as you said, right? Like we're talking about an industry here where when you finally get a drug into phase 1, you still have a 90% chance of failure. Like you have to be completely insane to do this, which means you have to be committed to the science. You have to be willing to push it for years and willing to risk a lot in the kind of pursuit and hope of a big scientific breakthrough that therefore has big effects on humans. So that raises the level of rigor. People don't, in academia, people kind of stop often with the sort of like, I have a paper, therefore I have a thing. Kind of mentality. Whereas I think on the industry side, where you just want to make sure that it's like really, really solid, that's the entry point to then testing whether you really do have a thing. And that involves often a lot more work, much greater financial investment to do that work. And on top of it, you have to worry about, is that being done to the level that a regulator would accept, which is not something that academics really ever think about in terms of even how you conduct a trial, let alone how you lay the groundwork for what kind of indication and how would it be proved out and who would it really be for and how would you know if it worked and how do you know if it's better than what they have and all these kinds of questions.